Hello there, I'm Zero Serpentine, and today I want to talk to you about why Arc Raiders isn't dead, but why you just beat the game. Do you remember 2 or 3 months ago when Embark, the studio behind Arc Raiders, announced that they weren't adding content each month to the game, but instead wanted to do bigger updates every 6 months? And since then the player numbers, at least on Steam, because that's the only numbers we have, plummeted down. I sure remember that, because since then the discourse has become Arc is dead, Arc failed, fuck Embark. And to me it's so insane, because before that everybody loved Arc Raiders. Everybody said yes, the best game of 2025, best multiplayer game. But since that moment the discourse has gone sour, like it has gone sour around so many games. So let me tell you, in my humble opinion, why I think players are confused about why Arc's numbers have gone down so much. Firstly, I think people or players confuse a dead game with a game that is just over. Not in a bad sense, not like, ooh, that game failed, I hate it. But look at the player numbers for The Last of Us Part 1 or something. That peaked probably at a very high level and then boom, got down because the game was over. I know you're saying, bro, Arc is an online game, it's a live service game, it has peaked all the time. I see you, but let's compare Arc to another live service game we all know and love. Maybe not, I don't know, to Fortnite, the biggest and baddest multiplayer game, live service game that every studio so desperately wants but can't get. I'm looking at you, Sony. Fuck you for killing all our solo player campaign story-driven games, but that's beside the point. Let's compare Fortnite to Arc. Fortnite, it's a battle royale, it's a game mode that is endless, that you can just repeat and repeat and repeat. Like, let's say, a baseball match or a football match. It's a game that can be played over and over again because it's different each time, the players are different, there is always a different outcome. That's the same with a battle royale, or with Call of Duty, or Battlefield, or Halo. Those standard multiplayer live service games we would think about. Now let's look at Arc. Why are Arc's numbers so far down? I think they're peaking now at 40,000 players as opposed to like 400,000, I think, in January. That was when Arc was fresh. A lot of people came in, the game was hyped, a lot of players played it for the first time, obviously, like me and you maybe. But Arc Raiders' progression differs a lot from Fortnite or football. A progression in Fortnite is you start the game, then you end the game with a win or a lose. But in Arc, it's not about that. It's not about that at all. The raid obviously is the biggest thing you're doing if you're not spending most of your time in the inventory or in the workshop. But the game round is always a means to an end. I want to accomplish something today. I want to upgrade my workbenches. I want to get this quest done. I want to get some feet to grind points to get a new skin or something. Then it's, a new map, because the game starts on the starter map and then you go to next map. It's new. The map itself is the thing you explore, because they're very large maps and they don't have, like in Fortnite, a circle that shrinks or something. And because the world is designed almost like for a single player game, it's very high quality. It has secrets, it has environmental storytelling that is very amazing. So you can just walk through the map and progressing that side of the game, which is exploring the world. But that part is over at some point because you've explored everything. Then the workbenches, like I said, that part is over at some point because you've upgraded everything and then there's nothing to do in that part of the game. Then the quests, same thing. You do the quests, at some point they're over, you don't get any new quests. Then let's look at some meta progression like, I want to be a great PvP player. Then you go to PvP in Stella or on other maps, get the best loot, know how to PvP, get great at it. Then there's no more progression in that. The same with fighting all the Arc. First time killing a wasp, amazing, then a bombardier, then a leaper, then a queen, and at some point a matriarch. But then that part is over as well. And during that whole time, you get all the loot and extract with it if you're lucky, which is the point of an extraction shooter. But at some point, you've gotten all the loot you want. There is no peak item to look for anymore because you've played for 100,000 hours. And then you wonder, why am I still doing this? What am I doing? What am I doing this for? I think that is Arc's biggest problem. If you want to call it a problem, I don't even know if I want to call it a problem, but that is the thing with Arc Raiders. It doesn't have an endgame, which in my opinion is fine. I mean, I'm sad about it because I would love more reasons to play Arc Raiders, but I'm less looking at the game like Fortnite or Battlefield or Battlefront even. I'm looking at it like a single player campaign, which has multiplayer, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm looking at a game that has progression, that has a story in some aspect, and that is at some point over. You've done everything, you've had the fun, you love it, you loved it, but then it's time to move on because you finished the Halo Reach campaign, you finished the Resident Evil campaign. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I'm comparing Arc to a campaign because for me, all the game systems come together as a campaign for me. And at that point, at the end, it is just playing the game for the sake of playing it because you really like it. Like sometimes, you know, I still go in, do like a round of Ark, whatever. But then it's about like, oh, I feel like doing a bit PvP today. Oh, I just want to fight some bots today. Or I just want to meet some other players and chill, you know? But there's nothing to accomplish anymore. I know they have like their small things you can grind for, you know, get like 1,000 metal parts, 15 Matriarch cores, whatever, and then you accomplish something. But that's really nothing big to grind for. Like you don't get anything major in the end, like it doesn't matter. But I think at that point you have to reframe what this game is and was. It's not an endless game you can play for 1,000 of hours and discover something new. And then complain to the developers, bro, I need more content. Come on, man. You played the game for 1,000 hours or 2,000 hours and you're complaining that you're running out of content? Come on. What is this studio supposed to do? How can you be mad at them if they're saying we can't do these updates every month? Even when they did, people complained the updates are too small. Obviously, they had 4 weeks to do this, man. Do you know how long it takes to develop something like Ark Raiders? That shit took like 8 years to develop, I don't know. If you want major changes and updates, you have to give them time, you know? Also, people complain about bugs and cheaters, which is true, obviously. But then they need more time for their quality assurance during their software development lifecycle, you know? Like, it's all just software development. So Embark is kind of in a lose-lose situation. Release stuff without testing it, and then it's shit because it's shit quality and it's full of bugs, or take their time, do it right, give us a major update in the fall. So I hope you understand why I'm saying that the game isn't dead. It's just over for most people. People got their value, they loved it, mostly. When they did everything, decided, I'm done, the game is over. I'm still happy I got the game, and then the Steam numbers drop. And on PlayStation probably too. And I think that's totally alright. It doesn't mean Ark Raiders is dead, it just means it had their time. The developer sure got more money than they expected because it went so viral. So I think they're still very happy about that. And now everybody's just like waiting for the next major update. I think it's good, you know, like now we take like, I don't know, half-year break from Ark, and then during the fall we're fresh back for the, hopefully, amazing update, which really gives us the reasons again to play more story, the world changing, new maps, new game modes, whatever. But I think when people expect infinite replayability from a game, I think you just have to look at what's realistic. If you like infinite replayability, play FIFA, you know, which is all right. And if you love Ark and you want more content, it's fine too. Like I want more content too, but I'm realistic that it takes time, that I got my $40 worth, and now the game is done for the moment. So I think the whole debate about whether Ark is dead or not is kind of pointless because most people are looking at it wrong. Bad Steam numbers doesn't mean the game failed or the game is dead. It's kind of hibernating. It still has 40,000 players per day. I don't know, just look at Marathon, what they have, you know, like not shitting on Marathon, but 40,000 players would be a high weekend for them, you know. For Ark, it's just a basic Wednesday during their lowest point in all of their history. If the big update fails in November or whenever it is, and then the numbers drop again, then you can say, okay, the game kind of died now because like the hype is gone. They failed to recapture the audience with good content. And then you can say the game died. But the game still didn't fail. The game was a massive success and I still had a great time with it and loved it. And I will always be back once Embark decides to give us fresh, new, amazing content, which I'm sure they will. I'm optimistic. I think November will be peak Ark Raiders time again. I don't think they will ever get to 400,000 again, but I think they will definitely get back into the 6 digits in the fall because we all will be back to fuck up some Ark. Let me know what you think. Do you agree? Do you not agree? Also fine. Just don't be a dick about it. Let's just talk about it like two cool people. But thank you so much for hanging out and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.